And welcome back to Hannity. Now, for years on this program, we have been highlighting the left's attempt to blame opposition to the president's reckless agenda on racism. Now, last night, we shared with you the latest example, which comes to us courtesy of Oprah Winfrey. Take a look.
I think that there's a level of disrespect for the office that occurs, and that occurs in some cases and maybe even many cases because he's African American.
Now, sadly, these baseless comments are a mere echo of what we've been hearing for years from left-wing politicians and pundits and actors and mainstream media. For example, take a look.
Despite the complete lack of any evidence linking the president to the targeting of Tea Party groups, Republicans are using it as their latest weapon in the war against the black man in the White House.
There's a body of congressional people that want to paralyze the system. I think what sits underneath it, unfortunately, is there's probably some racism.
Publicly stated is to do whatever it takes to see to it that Obama only serves one term. What is that? What underlines that? Screw the country. We're going to do whatever we do to get this black man. We're going to do whatever we can to get this black man out of here.
But is that necessarily a racist thing?
It is a racist thing.
Is it?
The Republican Party is saying that the President of the United States has bosses, that the union bosses this president around, the unions boss him around. Does that sound to you like they are trying to consciously or subconsciously deliver the racist message that, of course, a black man can't be the real boss?
An overwhelming portion of the intentionally demonstrated animosity toward President Barack Obama is based on the fact that he is a black man, that he's African American.
And here with reaction, Fox News political analyst Juan Williams, Fox News contributor Angela McGlowan. Do you believe that conservatives that are critical of Obama, do you believe this is based on race?
The conservatives who are critical of Obama, if they're true conservatives and have criticism about small government or about big government in terms of saying that Obama's a big government guy or a big spender, all of that's legitimate.
It's all true.
But at times, Sean, and I think this is what you're seeing reflected in the comments, it goes over. It goes over and suddenly...
Who are the people that are going over?
Oh, my gosh. You've seen, we've had this discussion before about Tea Party people who post blogs having to do... I don't know the names off the top of my head.
Is there any prominent conservative? Because this is a scurrilous allegation.
It has to be prominent. It can't just be someone who represents a Tea Party who's out there saying, oh, the president and his family are monkeys. No, it can't be that, huh?
Well, no, listen.
Or it can't be someone
listen, if you're asking me if there's somebody they're racist people, yeah. Well, there's also racist people, white versus black versus white too.
Yeah,
but they're the minority. What Oprah and these others are saying, that this is widespread, that any criticism or opposition is based on race. Am I wrong?
You are not wrong, and this is my problem. Where was Morgan Freeman? Where was Oprah Winfrey when our first black president, Bill Clinton, when Obama was running against Hillary? Do you remember when he told Kennedy that, why are you even considering this man? Because this man a couple of years ago would have been serving us coffee in the White House. Do you remember that? Do you remember when VP Biden, who was then Senator Biden, said that, oh, Obama's the first mainstream, clean, articulate African-American to run for office? What about when Harry Reid said that, oh, the country's ready to embrace a black man for president because Obama is the right type of black, and I'm paraphrasing, because he's light-skinned, and he doesn't have a Negro dialect unless he wants to. Where was Morgan Freeman then, Juan?
Well, I don't get it. I don't get it. What we're up against here, and I think what we're all discussing, is the fact it's not just a few. It is overwhelming. And if you look at the Republican Party today, dominant in all of the 11 Confederate
she raised
states.
A very good point.
Wait, what's
we
the
have
point?
a double standard. What I'm saying in essence, Juan, we can't cry wolf. We can't cry racism constantly. When it's from the left, we don't say anything. What about when Robert Byrd said the N-word on Fox News years ago?
Oh, my God. Everybody said something about that.
Oh, but Trent Lott made a joke and they wanted him to step down from the Senate.
I don't think it was a joke to say that somehow you should have had a segregationist win the election. That would have changed American history.
What about when Emmanuel Cleaver said if Obama was a white man in the White House, that the Black Caucus would march on him?
Well, yeah, that's fine. So what, is that racism?
Well, it's a double standard, one. And the reason why he said that is because of the unemployment rate in the black community.
Let me ask the question another way.
Here.
Can you name a prominent conservative or elected official that opposes Barack Obama, in your view, because he is because he's black? Can you name one?
I can name a bunch,
well,
but I
want to hear.
Let me just
give me the names.
No, I'm not going to do that, because I think that then you start to say, well, what did he mean and how did he mean it? And that was in a different context. But the point to you is that if you start calling someone the food stamp president, if you start saying to someone,
well, more people are on food stamps today, Juan.
Yeah, because of a huge recession.
And more people are black folks.
He's about to enter the 6th year.
Compassionate conservatives should be saying,
Juan, wait a minute.
We have to do something to make sure there aren't starving children in the streets.
Hey, Juan, we're about to enter the 6th year of the Obama presidency now.
Indeed.
And we've doubled the number of people on food stamps.
Yes.
And if you call him the food stamp president, that is a legitimate criticism.
It's racist.
Especially with the labor participation rate at a 31-year low. You can't say he's the jobs president,
That's why,
Juan.
you see, this is where we get into what people call dog whistles, and you start saying, oh yeah.
Dog whistle what?
He's taking care of those people. And this is not true, Sean.
He's doubled the number of people on food stamps,
I think you should say, thank goodness we have a president who cares about those of us who are right now unemployed.
He's not the jobs president, Juan.
He is not.
Yeah, I'm just saying he has reduced the unemployment rate in this country from what it was.
Let's just call an ace and a spade a spade. There are no pun intended. The bottom line, the reason why liberals are pulling the race card is because this president has failed time and time again.
Wait a minute. You just saw those bites. Those weren't just only Oprah Winfrey. These things have been said over time.
I said liberals.
But Juan is making a point, too. I personally believe that this is a weapon used to intimidate people into silence of legitimate criticism. If you look at the debt, the president has accumulated more debt. The labor participation rate at a 31-year low, doubling the number of people on food stamps, his promises on Obamacare, the different scandals that surround his White House. Wait a minute. Those are all legitimate criticisms, and it's now being reduced to, oh, we want to silence you, so we're going to use that horrible R word to silence the critics of Obama.
This is not true, but what you have said is true, which is that there are failures, there are points of criticism that are totally legitimate that can be made against this president.
But
that is
Sean,
totally separate from people who
then
say we don't like him and disrespect him because of his race.
Would I be any less critical if Hillary Clinton were president and had the same policy?
They would call you a sexist.
Exactly. I think you would have to be more aware that you're dealing with the first woman in the way that people are saying, here you're dealing with the first black man, and you want to start throwing
White America voted for him, Juan.
Twice. But white America didn't, and that's an important point, you know.
Yes, they did.
No, yes, they did.
White America did not in majority vote for President Obama. Not this time, that's for sure.
First time?
You mean the 2012 election?
In the 2012, yeah.
All right, we got to roll.
Yeah.
All right, we got a lot coming up. We're going to continue this debate. Good to see you both.
Nice to see you.